All right, so let's start on our back. I usually like to take a few breaths just to really come into a full awareness of the present moment. And a great way to do that is just to feel your body, like maybe your fingers and your toes. Just tune into a part of your body that maybe you normally don't pay attention to. So rather famous author, spiritual author, Eckhart Tolle, he would say, feel the aliveness in the body. From there, let's gradually begin to deepen our breathing. So we inhale, fill the belly, the ribs, and the upper chest. And exhale, we're just reversing that. And then let's add in the ujjayi sound, that ocean sound at the back of the throat. Okay, so like a fogging a mirror, but with the mouth closed. Good, let's bring the right leg in now. And we'll just begin to manipulate the leg. And again, just feel the hip, the leg, and the back as you do that. And as I mentioned right at the start, today we're focused on twisting. So let's go ahead and take a twist here. We'll extend our right arm to the right, and let's just gently guide the right knee to the left. Now try and take a few moments just to tune in and feel what's going on in your body. Twists are so good for the spine. So they really reset the spine, and most of us don't get enough twists in during the day. Now your knee may or may not be on the ground. That's not important. And you could put a block underneath it if you needed that support. Just take a few breaths, feel, where's there tension in your body? Is there any pain or discomfort? What do you feel? Where do you feel it? And then with the inhale, we'll extend the leg up, and exhale, drop that leg down to meet the other leg. Might take a moment here. I definitely feel a kind of buzzing, if you will, lack of a better word, buzzing in the right leg. So the right leg is kind of tingling, and it feels very alive. Again, that's a good word to describe it. Left leg, by comparison, kind of dull, lifeless, I can feel it, but by comparison, it's a pretty stark difference for me anyway. So let's bring the left leg in now. We'll see what we can do. So again, bringing the leg in and moving it around. This is the side of my body that I tend to have problems with. So I feel more in my hip here as I manipulate the leg. But it's not bad. I know that I can practice with the level of discomfort I have here. And very often the more that I move, that includes practicing, walk, practicing, stretching, generally the better the hip feels. So it may not often feel completely pain-free, but generally the more that I'm moving, the better it's feeling. Okay, from there, let's extend the left arm to the left. We bring the right leg toward the right, looking away from that leg. You can see my knee is not touching the ground. That's perfectly fine. So again, just paying attention. Where do you feel this in your body? How does it affect your breathing? Good. And then with our inhale, we'll extend that leg up and exhale, release left leg to meet the right leg. So definitely feeling much more balanced between the two sides, okay? All right, let's bring both legs in. We'll give them a little squeeze here. And so we can move a little bit. This is a nice way to sort of get into the back a bit. If you're hugging both legs in, at least I feel my back when I do this. So it just feels like it's, again, waking it up. It's getting some blood flow down there. It's stretching some things out, getting the fluids moving. And then we'll do a little bit of core here, and we'll do a type of a twisting core today. So we've done this before. We'll just take the hands, interlace them behind the head. We lift the head and neck up. And these are called yogic bicycles. So I take a nice deep breath. As I exhale, I touch the right elbow to the left knee, and I just extend that right leg out, very close to the ground. Inhale to center, and then I exhale to the other side. So we're just moving side to side with the breath here. And you'll notice I'm not going particularly fast. So that's something called time under tension. And supposedly, what I understand is they've done some research and they show that it greatly increases the effectiveness of whatever you're doing. So in terms of burning fat, toning the muscles, building muscle, the time that you are there, the muscles are under tension, is really important. So it's not so much like, oh, I'm going to do 100 of these, but I'm moving so fast that there's not that much time. I'm actually stressing the muscles, doing less, but moving more mindfully, which is safer anyway, much, much safer. This is better for us. We're getting more out of less, okay? Okay, next time the right elbow is touching the left knee, hopefully you can make contact there. If not, just get as close as you can. Take a breath. Good, let's inhale to center. We'll exhale to the other side. Again, holding, take a breath. Good, let's inhale back to center and we exhale to seated. Let's come into a tabletop position and we'll do a few cat-cows here. So tailbone lifts, belly drops, crown of the head up. Just a few of these back and forth movements. And then do as many of those as you like, but when you're done, we can do also some side to side here. I don't know if you heard that, but my spine popped there. One of my joints popped. So again, generally speaking, that's a good thing. That is called releasing fixation. So those pops are very often caused by what's called fixation in the joints there. Okay, we'll come back to neutral here, and then we tuck the toes and lift our hips. Now we're getting into the joints and muscles in the feet and the legs. So again, just working those kinks out, taking your time there. And then we can come into our full down dog for a few breaths. Really, really foundational posture. So hopefully this is one that you feel really comfortable doing, and you can hold it for several breaths quite easily and effortlessly. If it's not, that's one of the things that we can chat about. If you have, a question or something like, why is your down dog so much work? It really shouldn't be. After a few classes, it really should feel somewhat restful, relaxing just to hold that. All right, with our exhale, let's walk our feet to our hands. We come into a ragdoll there, and we will dangle here for a moment, grabbing the opposite elbow. And again, this sort of shines a light on the back of the body. Anytime you're stretching a part of your body, it's like it's shining a light inside of that part of your body, and you can feel deeper into that part of your body. So this is like we're shining a light on the back side of our body. What do we feel back there? Good. With the arms relaxed, we'll inhale and gradually roll up to standing here. Okay, so we come up to stand. And then we'd like to do a few rounds of sun salutations to raise our core temperature a little bit more. Sweat a little bit. Again, that's going to help detox the body. Sweating is really good for you. There's a video that I found by a doctor, and it's titled Why You Should Sweat More. So he talks about all the benefits of sweating. Okay, so inhale, arms up, touch palms, and lift the heart. And exhale into a forward fold. Let's inhale to the half lift. And we'll exhale as we step to the top of a push-up. Okay, so everything's aligned, and we have our shoulders directly under, or our wrists rather, directly under the shoulders. Let's drop the knees for the first push-up. Take a deep breath, and then exhale. The elbows hug the ribs. Those are called chaturanga arms. Okay. Let's take a breath here, and then we'll exhale the rest of the way down. And on the inhale, let's lift up, and you can lift your hands just to check that you're just using your back. So the hands are on the ground, but we just want to use those back muscles for this first one. Exhale, come on down, press back to tabletop, and then to the downward facing dog. And just take a breath or two there. All right, so let's do another one. We'll inhale to the toes, fill the lungs. We exhale to the front edge of our mat. So we inhale, we come up to the standing back bend, and then we add a side stretch. So we're grabbing the right wrist, and as we exhale, our hips go to the right. We pull our arms to the left, so we're finding that length along the right side, entire right side of our body. So we're really lengthening, stretching it out. And let's inhale back to center. We switch wrists. We exhale to the other side, same thing. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Good. Inhale back to center. And exhale to a forward fold, emptying the lungs as you do. Inhale to the half lift, and then as you exhale again, step to the top of a push-up. As always, you have the option of knees up or down for every push-up, pretty much in the class. But if you can keep the knees up, this is a great way to strengthen the shoulders, the arms, the bones in the upper body, and the core. So take a nice deep breath, exhale halfway down, and then inhale, straightening arms and legs for the up dog. Okay, so again, my knees are off the ground, my legs are active, arms are straight. And as you exhale, pull those feet in, lift the hips up and back, and return to a down dog. All right, let's do one more. So we inhale to the toes, exhale front edge of the mat. Inhale up to the standing back bend. Exhale, Ardha Chandrasana, that's the side stretch, half moon pose. Inhale to center, stretch the other side. Inhale to center, and exhale as you sit into an imaginary seat for the chair pose, Utkatasana. So you want to talk about building heat. At least for me, this one does it really quick. Just I can feel it even right now, just the heat is building, building, building. So again, you purify gold with heat, you purify your food with heat, right? You're killing toxins, getting rid of things that are not healthy. It's not really any different in yoga. The philosophy, the approach is the same. Good, let's inhale, we come all the way up and exhale to a forward fold. Inhale, half lift, and exhale, bottom of the push-up. Make your way back to the downward dog. Okay, so hopefully nice and warmed up at this point. We bring our feet to touch, inhale the right leg up and back. As we exhale, we make some hip circles. Try and keep the knee bent as you do this. So just try and keep the knee bent and do a few. See how big the circles I'm making are? I'm using the whole joint. Okay, so try and do that. And then after a few rotations in each direction, you exhale and lunge, and then inhale up into a triangle preparation, triangle prep. So that's like this. The legs are straight. Front foot is pointing straight ahead. The back foot, it can either point straight to the left or it can angle in like at a 45-degree angle. Okay, so we'll be doing a lot of this today. We'll be inhaling up into this position. And then we just pivot our hands and we exhale, lengthening the sides, and then pivoting our arms into an extended triangle, Utthita Trikonasana. Okay. Now the hands are basically in 6 o'clock. Okay, and this hand can be in the air like I have it. You can rest it on this shin, that's fine with me. Many people like to put it on a block. And some people can actually reach the ground, but hopefully you can see my side here. My side is long, all right? Some people, when they touch the ground, what they're doing is they're rounding. Do you see how rounded my side is here? That's not really the pose. We're not meant to have a lot of rounding in the torso. So I can't do that without rounding. So I'm up here, okay? That's my triangle because I'm keeping this integrity of the openness here and the length here. Another thing that happens to people is the shoulder comes forward. They do like this. Okay, so again, if that's happening to me, I want to come up and open that chest and belly more. So the shoulders are stacked, right? Hips are stacked. My gaze is up. My reaching the crown of the head forward. Nice and long. Legs are straight, right? All right, from there, let's inhale up and exhale bottom of the push-up, making your way to down dog. So I wanted to take some time there because we are going to do quite a few of these today. Okay, so side 2, feet touch. We inhale left leg up and back. And then again, just bending that knee. Let's make a few circles. This both warms up the hip and it lets us feel the hip, right? Again, when we're stretching and using muscles and joints, that's when we can often feel. It's like shining a light into the body. Okay, let's inhale up to our triangle prep, right? You can come up with the knees straight or bent, whatever's easiest. But then from there, with our next exhale, we lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. And then when I feel like I'm beginning to round, right? Beginning to round, instead of rounding, I just pivot my arms so I keep all of that length. Now, what do you feel here? I'd like you to pay attention. I feel a stretch in the inside, my thigh here. Also feel some stretching here as well. So those are the areas where I hold tension that maybe is preventing me from going further with integrity. So please remember, I can go further. I can do this, but this is not a very good triangle, everybody. And unfortunately, I see this in class all the time. You know, people are thinking further is better, so they come all the way down, and they're just losing the integrity of the posture. So let's try and not do that. Again, I can't see you to tell you whether you are or not, but try and notice on your own. All right, that's beautiful. Let's inhale, we'll come back up and exhale, bottom of the push-up. Again, whether you bend or straighten that front leg, that's really up to you. It's not that important either way. Okay, so from here, let's inhale to our toes. We exhale, front edge of the mat. Inhale up to standing back bend, and as we exhale, we'll just take a twist to the right. So again, the right shoulder's back, right hip is forward. We're reaching fingertips forward and back, and we're looking back over that right shoulder. Let's inhale back to center, and we exhale to the other side. This is just a simple chair twist. Good. Let's inhale back up, and we exhale forward fold. Inhale to half lift, and then exhale to the bottom of your push-up. Make your way to down dog. All right. Hopefully you're feeling good at this point, nice and warmed up. Let's take things a step further now. Feet touch. We inhale, right leg up and back. That is three-legged dog pose. Foot is flexed, toes, knee, and hip point down. Okay, leg is straight and lifted high. Take a deep breath as you exhale, lunge, and then inhale to your warrior or your triangle prep. Right, so that we inhale up into that, and then we exhale, and we just take a triangle. Now we're not going to hold it this time, so we inhale back up. We pivot those feet, and we exhale to a triangle in the opposite direction. Okay, so that's why it's important the first time we do a posture in the class, you really try and feel where the stretch is and what the posture feels like, what your safe limit is, so that when we're moving dynamically like this, you can very intuitively, instinctively, easily feel where your limit is, how far you need to go to find the stretch, because you do want to feel the stretch. You want to feel it each time. Okay, so from here we inhale up, and then let's exhale, hands to our hips. We'll turn the toes to angle forward, so this back foot is not going to be facing all the way forward, but we angle it in. Now, hopefully you can see my hips. Okay, I want to pull that left hip all the way forward. So if I had lights on the front of my hips, they're both shining forward. So hopefully you can see mine are not. So what that means is I'm going to step that back foot forward more. Now, if I had lights, they would be pointing straight ahead, okay? Legs are straight, so hopefully you can feel that, see that I'm not bending my knees. Okay, my heels are on the ground. And this is Parsvottanasana. So we'll inhale those arms up. Let's cross the right thumb over the left. And then as we exhale, we come forward and down. Nice long spine as long as we can maintain it. And then we bring those hands down. And it's okay to round your spine here once you reach your limit. Okay. Hands can be on the ground or on 2 blocks. And this should generate a stretch in the back of your right thigh. If you have to bend the front knee, that's okay as long as you still feel the stretch, but hopefully you can find a way to do it without bending that knee. Good, let's take a breath and then we exhale bottom of the push-up. Make your way to down dog. Again, I often skip those transitions when I'm teaching. When I take class or I do class on my own, I always do the transitions, okay? Okay, so feet are touching. We inhale left leg, 3-legged dog pose. Okay, so that alignment and the discipline and strength it takes to do this are important. Let's take a nice deep breath, and as we exhale, we lunge. We inhale up to our triangle prep, and then we exhale to our extended triangle. And then again, we're not going to hold. Just because we're not holding, it doesn't mean we're going to rush. So you can see I'm moving quite intentionally and slowly, but I am basically constantly moving from side to side. So in this sequence, we're going to do 3 on each side. So that's 2, and this is 2. And then we'll do 1 more on each side. So pivoting those feet smoothly, 3, and inhale up and exhale 3. Good, perfect. So now back up, and then this is just so we can really get the alignment right. We exhale, hands to our hips. We're going to pivot those toes again forward, and again, look at my hips. Okay, so I see, again, students in class, and their hips are not squared off, and they have their legs wide, and I'm just assuming that they think somehow wider is better. Again, we get these weird things in our head. I don't know why. So, just be really honest with yourself. Look at how when I step my foot in, now my hips are squared, right? Before they were like that. So just square those hips off, and then let's inhale, arms up. We touch that left, cross the left thumb over the right. And this is the pyramid pose, Parsvottanasana. There are a few different arm positions, but we're just using this one today. I think it's the simplest and most straightforward. So again, as I come down, I'm hopefully feeling that stretch in the back of my left thigh. Just going to breathe into that. Again, try and feel what the posture feels like, so when we flow, it'll be really easy to get in and out of it by feel, not by overthinking, where the limbs are supposed to go, okay? All right, let's exhale bottom of our push-up, and we'll make our way to down dog. Okay, from here, let's inhale the toes. We're going to exhale, front edge of the mat. Let's inhale to standing, and then we'll exhale to our chair twist. Inhale back up, exhale, chair twist the other side. Good, inhale back up. And then let's exhale to a prayer twist. So we take a twist over to the right. I'm going to go ahead and mirror you here. Okay, so hands are between the elbows, the hips are down, the spine is long, and I'm pressing my right shoulder back, looking up, okay? So again, you can stay here, there are benefits here, but let's see if we can break down the side crow, okay? So again, I can't see, I don't know where you guys are at home, and I imagine everyone's probably in a different place. So we're just going to take our time and see if we can break this down. Okay? So what we want to do is create chaturanga arms. Remember earlier I said these are chaturanga arms. So we have a bend at the elbow. The shoulders, the elbows, and the wrists stack. So when I put them on the ground, they look like that. Okay, so that's about what you want, about shoulder width. Now the easiest way to do this posture is to have one arm supporting the knees, and the other arm is supporting the hip back here. So again, about shoulder width, that should be about the length of your femur. It's called your femur. Okay, so those hands are on the ground, we're looking forward. And then I'll show you from this angle. I just look forward, not down, right? Because I move in the direction I look in. So I want to look up, and I just move forward gradually. And hopefully, at some point, I feel my toes just get light. Now, if you are scared of doing this, that's probably right when you get scared and panic, because you feel like you're going to fall forward. But that's the balance point. A balance point is right where you are on the edge of falling forward or falling back. That's what balance is. That's that's all that it is. It's an equal chance of falling forward or falling back, you might say. Okay? So you have to get to that point where you feel like you might face plant, because that's where you balance. And at that point, you can lift your legs up actively. Okay? So let's inhale back to standing. You know, I trust that you tried that, so that's enough time on that. And then let's exhale to the other side, okay? Now the full pose looks like this, 1 point of balance, okay? So you'll see that this elbow does not have anything. That's the traditional full expression of the side crow, okay? It looks more like that. And that's fine if you can do that, but if you can't, don't sweat it. Now again, I'll remind you, I think we lost Callie. Maybe I scared her away, maybe she got busy, I don't know. But I'll remind you that it doesn't matter if you could do that, if you could actually balance. Just trying, you're putting some weight in your shoulders, on your arms, the muscles are engaging, muscles that you may not use very often. So the benefit, again, in these practices are really in just trying to do them. You'll get a lot of benefit, even if you never can do the full posture, okay? So I always like to remind people of that. Okay, so that's enough on that one. Let's go ahead and inhale up and back. We'll exhale to a forward fold. We inhale to the half lift and exhale right to the bottom of a push-up, making our way to down dog. All right, beautiful. So from here, let's go ahead and bring our feet to touch. We'll inhale right leg up and back. Exhale, let's touch the knee to the arm. Inhale, lift. Exhale to the center. Inhale, lift. Exhale, opposite arm. Kick it out. And then inhale to fallen triangle. Okay. So great preparation for the side plank. This shoulder is active and engaged, okay? Good, let's exhale the hand down. Inhale the leg up and back. Exhale, lunge. And we again inhale to our triangle pose, right? Or triangle prep, I should say. Exhale to the triangle. Good, inhale, coming back up. Let's exhale, triangle in the other direction. Good. And let's just repeat that. Triangle, exhale, inhale, and then triangle, other side, right? And then this time, we'll add in the pyramid pose. So it's not going to be perfect. We're just going to sweep the arm down and then sweep it up. And then other side. Exhale, sweep it down, and then sweep it up. Now, I don't know about you, but I definitely feel that pyramid stretch as I do that. Okay? So let's come back to the front of the mat. We sweep it down, and then this time we're going to add a rotated triangle. So let's step that back foot in if we need to. Again, we're going to square off those hips. Inhale, extend through the crown of the head. Exhale, plant that left hand firmly to the ground. And then we'll inhale that right arm up into our rotated triangle. Okay? So again, you may need to put your hand on a block. That's perfectly fine. Please don't be too proud to do that. Don't think that that means there's something wrong or that you're lesser or something. It just means that your arms are not as long as your legs. That's really all that it means, okay? So I'm kind of right on the border, you know, I'm able to keep my spine pretty long and straight with the hand on the ground, but if my arms were any shorter, I probably would use a block. Okay, let's exhale, bottom of the push-up, and let's try that on the other side. So we bring feet to touch to start. Inhale, left leg up and back. And we exhale, just tap that arm. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, center. Inhale. And exhale, opposite. Good. Kick it out. And then inhale to our fallen triangle pose. Good. We exhale the hand down. Inhale the leg up and back. Exhale, lunge. And we inhale up to triangle prep. Exhale, triangle. Good. Inhale back up. And triangle. Good. Let's repeat that on each side. Feel the stretch as you come into it. Good. And then this time we'll do pyramid on each side. And again, it's sort of an abbreviated pyramid. We just sweep that arm down and come up. And again, I definitely feel that pyramid stretch, even though the alignment isn't perfect. Good. And then we come down to this side and we hold. Okay, and stepping that back foot in if necessary. You may not need to. I do. Nice long spine. Placing that right hand on the ground, we inhale that left arm up. So again, today's class is all about twisting. This is a deep twist. Hopefully you can feel that. And as often is the case, you don't often feel it in your spine. Oftentimes you're feeling it in your hips and in your torso, your shoulder. Good. Exhale. Bottom of the push-up, make your way to the down dog. Okay, so let's take a look at another twisting arm balance. Inhale to the toes, exhale to the front edge of the mat. Let's inhale up to standing. And we'll exhale to the right. Inhale back up, exhale to the left. Inhale back up, exhale to the right. Inhale, open the arms. Now, as I said at the beginning, and again, I really hope I didn't scare Callie off talking about arm balances. If you weren't able to do the side crow last time, then what you'd like to do is repeat. Okay, you'd like to try again. That's called practice. Practicing is doing something you can't yet do. Okay, if you can already do it, it's not practicing. It's called performing. So practicing, I try again. Let me see if I can do side crow if I wasn't able to do it. Okay. Now from there, if you are able to do it and you feel steady, try straightening both legs out. And that's called Dvipada Kondyanasana. It's a rather, I know it seems like a small change, but it actually makes it quite a bit more challenging for most people because you're starting to add in flexibility. And something about the weight distribution, I don't know, it's quite a bit more challenging. All right, that's enough time on that side. Let's do the other side. So we'll inhale up, and again, let's exhale to our twist first. Okay, inhale, open up those arms, and then exhale, let's try side crow. And if you can do it relatively easily and hold it, then try straightening those legs. And that's Dvipada Kondyanasana. That just means 2 foot. Kondyana is a sage, a yogic sage, so that actually a Buddhist sage. So this is named after him. Okay. All right, great work. Let's inhale, standing back bend. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, and exhale, bottom of the push-up, making our way to down dog. Okay, we have just one set left here. Feet touching, we inhale right leg, exhale to the arm, inhale, exhale center, inhale, exhale opposite arm, kick it out, inhale, fallen triangle, and then exhale to the auspicious twist, bending both knees, forearms to the ground. You're already twisting, but if you'd like to go a little further, left shoulder to the ground, palm up, right palm to left palm, pressing the shoulder back. So this is potentially our deepest twist in today's class. It feels the deepest to me, but I do know that different people experience things differently, so it may not feel the deepest to you. But we did that again just to really prep the body for doing our deep twists. Let's go ahead and straighten out those legs. Inhale, the arm up, exhale, the hand down. Inhale the leg up and back, exhale lunge, and inhale to triangle prep. Okay, so from there we exhale and we just do our triangle. Inhale back up. So again, during this phase, we aren't trying to hold still. There's benefits to moving, even if it's moving very slowly. Now let's add the pyramid. Okay, so we exhale, triangle, we sweep that arm down, just tease that pyramid, and inhale back up. Got other side, same thing, come down, tease the pyramid pose, and back up. Now here's the tricky part. I think most of you have done this with me in the past. We'd like to do the rotated triangle, so I'm going to come all the way around, left hand to the ground, right hand to the sky, right? Rotated triangle. And then I inhale back up and I try and do that on the other side. So again, you kind of see I'm pivoting all the way around. Try and make sure you don't get turned around. Left hand in the sky, right hand to the ground. Okay. Inhale back up. And then again, rotated triangle. Okay, left hand to the ground, right hand in the sky, right foot on the ground. Then just exhale the right hand down. Inhale, extend the crown of the head away from your left heel. And your left heel, you're lifting it, extending it away from the crown of the head. Okay. Then exhale, left hand to the ground, and inhale, right arm up into a rotated, balancing half moon pose. Good. Exhale, bottom of the push-up as you make your way to down dog. And let's do that same sequence on the other side. So feet touch, inhale left leg, exhale to the arm. Good, inhale. Exhale to the center. Inhale. Exhale, opposite arm. Good. Kick it out. Inhale, fallen triangle. And then exhale, auspicious twist. So I was maybe not that clear on the other side. On what we're doing here is using gravity and doing something where we can kind of relax into it. All right, and we do that because when we're standing, it's generally more challenging because we're using more strength, okay? So we're using this to kind of open up and maximize our twist. Beautiful. Okay, let's go ahead and straighten legs. Inhale, arm up. Exhale that hand down. Inhale the leg up and back. Exhale, lunge. Inhale to triangle prep. Exhale, triangle. Inhale. Pivot. Triangle. Inhale. And you basically come into triangle and then again sweep the arm down for pyramid. So it's not very complicated. Good, inhale, and we switch sides. Good. And then now, this is the tricky bit. We turn all the way around. Inhale, back up. Okay, so again, turning all the way around. Good, inhale, back up. One more time. So we come into our rotated triangle. Then exhale the hand down. Inhale, lift the right leg. Extend the heel away from the crown of the head. Exhale, plant the right hand and inhale the left arm up into rotated balancing half moon. Good, take a deep breath, exhale, bottom of your push-up, make your way back to downward facing dog. Okay, from there, let's inhale to our toes. We exhale, front edge of the mat. Inhale to standing back bend. Exhale, twisting to the right. Inhale, back up. Exhale to the left. Inhale, back up. Exhale, a little deeper to the right. Now again, if you are not able to do crow pose, my recommendation is try and try again, okay? So see if you can get it down. If you're able to do it, you can work on the Dvipada, straightening both legs, or this time, usually a little easier, you take one leg back behind you, so both legs are straight, but you bring one leg behind, and that's called Ekapada Kondyanasana, so 1 foot. Again, that Buddhist sage, Kondyana, I'm not really sure how to pronounce his name, to be honest with you. Okay, so let's go ahead and try the other side. Deep breath in, and we exhale and twist. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Good. All right, nice work, everybody. I hope you gave it your best. That's all you need to do to get the full benefit of the practice is you're doing your personal best, whatever that looks like. And you just need to be honest with yourself about what that looks like, okay? All right, let's come on to our back. And we'll bring those legs in, give them a nice squeeze. So we're just unwinding. I know you may have taken other yoga classes where the unwinding phase is much longer. And that's nice when you have a lot of time, but from my perspective, warming up is much, 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 much more important than cooling down. Cooling down just happens naturally. Warming up does not. If we don't take our time and we don't intelligently warm the body, we can really hurt ourselves. So, okay, so let's do one final twist. Arms are out at the sides. We bring those knees to the left and look to the right. And we can approach this like yin yoga, just passive. Let the breath be natural. Let's inhale those knees through center, and we'll take them off to the other side. Good. Let's inhale back through center, and we'll grab the soles of the feet for a little happy baby. Give everything a good stretch out, however you feel inspired to do so. And then we unwind into Shavasana, corpse pose.